Do you think you know how to pronounce all 50 states? Let's see. Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Erica. Today I thought I would do something fun and teach the pronunciation of all of the 50 states in the United States. And along with that, I thought I'd give you a couple things that each state is known for. That way, if you ever want to travel to the United States, you'll know which state to start at. All right, are we ready? Number one, Alabama. Alabama. So this state is known for Southern food and history of the Civil Rights War. Alaska. Alaska is known for the Northern Lights, which are beautiful, and glaciers and being really cold sometimes. Arizona. Arizona is one of our western states, western, southern. That is known for the Grand Canyon. That is supposed to be really beautiful. It's on my bucket list. I've never been yet. Arkansas, it looks like Arkansas, but we pronounce it Arkansas here in the United States. Hot Springs National Park is what Arkansas is most known for. California. I feel like a lot of people have heard of California before. It's the big long state on the western side of the United States. Hollywood, beaches, things like that. Really beautiful homes, nice weather, and Silicon Valley is there if you're into technology. Colorado. Colorado, I just traveled to Colorado. It was beautiful. A lot of people like Colorado for the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, and there's so many outdoor things to do. The Rocky Mountains, the elevation is very high, so it's kind of a cool experience to see how the air feels up at that elevation. Connecticut looks like Connecticut, but we pronounce it Connecticut. Connecticut. It is a northeastern school. It is famous for its Ivy League universities, right? So those are really elite universities that are difficult to get into. Delaware. Delaware is famous because it was the first U.S. state. I don't know really anything else about Delaware. Florida. Florida has my heart. The weather is beautiful. There's lots of beaches. Disney World is in Florida. Disneyland is in California. Disney World is over on the eastern coast in Florida. Georgia. Georgia is known for its peaches. And Atlanta. Atlanta is a really big, popular city. Lots of businesses there. Great airport. It's the state right above Florida. Hawaii. A lot of people have Hawaii on their bucket list. That is an island, but it is also a state of the United States. There are volcanoes there that you can see, and if you ever watch a movie about Hawaii, there is probably going to be some surfing. The next two are I states. The first one is Idaho. Idaho is known for potatoes. And the next one is Iowa. And Iowa is known for cornfields. So there are a lot of farms in Idaho and Iowa. Kansas also has a lot of plants, open plains, and it's also known for tornadoes. If you've ever seen Wizard of Oz, that's supposed to take place in Kansas. Kentucky. Kentucky is one of the kind of middle eastern states in the United States. It is known for bourbon. If you like bourbon, which is a type of whiskey, a type of alcohol, and horse racing, like the Kentucky Derby. The next state is Louisiana. Louisiana is most famous for New Orleans and Mardi Gras, which is also pronounced kind of weird. Then we have Maine. Maine is up in the northeastern part of the United States. It is famous for its coast, its rocky coast, and Maine lobster, if you like seafood. Maryland. Maryland is famous for its blue crabs, and it's also one of the bordering states around Washington, D.C., which is the capital of our country. It's a really, really small state, but it's close to a lot of cool things. Massachusetts is up in the northeastern states also. Boston is the famous city everyone knows about with Massachusetts. And it's also famous for American history. So if you are a history buff, Massachusetts might be fun to go to. It also has some beaches too, like Cape Cod, right? Let's see, now we're up to Michigan. Michigan is up in the northern part, kind of in the middle of the United States, almost to Canada. It does border Canada. And it's famous for the Great Lakes. So it has a lot of pretty lakes, but I think it's pretty cold a lot of the time in Michigan. But I haven't been there, so I can't say for sure. Minnesota. Minnesota is famous for the 10,000 lakes. Also never been to Minnesota. I really can't believe how many states I have not been to. The next one is Mississippi. Mississippi is famous for its long river, Mississippi River. Montana. Montana is also very country, open plains, and supposedly it's really pretty. I always think of horseback riding in Montana. Nebraska is known for college football, for cornfields also. And then we have Nevada. Nevada is over by California in the western part of the United States. And Nevada is famous for Las Vegas, the casinos, all of the big entertainment. So if that appeals to you, you might want to go to Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. And flights there sometimes are pretty inexpensive. New Hampshire. New Hampshire is on the eastern side of the United States. New Hampshire is famous for its really pretty fall foliage. The leaves, when they change color, when summer changes into fall. New Jersey. New Jersey is very close to where I live. New Jersey borders kind of New York City also. So if you ever go to New York City, you might stay in New Jersey because it's less expensive and then travel to New York City. They are famous for boardwalks, Atlantic City Boardwalk. Diners are really popular there. New Jersey is a fun place to visit. New Mexico. New Mexico, there's a lot of like desert landscapes there, very dry. So if you like heat but dry heat, you might want to try New Mexico. The next state is where I am from, New York. New York, I could tell you too much about New York, but what most people coming from a different country know about New York, or even a different state, would be New York City, the Statue of Liberty, etc. And North Carolina. North Carolina is famous for its Outer Banks. It has beautiful beaches. North Carolina also has one of the biggest up-and-coming cities for business, like Raleigh, North Carolina. North Dakota. The Theodore Roosevelt National Park is there. I have never been there. I don't know too much about it. Ohio. A lot of people talk about Ohio for good, bad, indifferent. I have been to Ohio. I really liked it. And I guess the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there. So if you like rock and roll, then you might want to try Ohio. And of course, for all of these states, I know that there's so much more to do there if you're from the state and you know the area. So it's always good to do your research before you travel, but I thought it might be fun just to kind of go through the states and see which ones you've heard of before, seen, and whether you know how to pronounce them, and then maybe give you an idea of what it might be like if you traveled there, if you visited. So Oklahoma. Oklahoma is famous for Route 66. I've seen clothing lines that are framed around Route 66. It's just a really long road that goes forever. Route 66. Oregon. Oregon is up by Washington, up in the northwestern United States. Famous for forests, lots of trees, and waterfalls. We also have good waterfalls in New York, so I'm sure other states have good waterfalls too, but in particular, Oregon is known for them. Pennsylvania, that is where I was born. Philadelphia is the city. that people, I think, most know. There's a lot going on in Philadelphia. You can go see the Liberty Bell. There's lots of history there. Rhode Island. Rhode Island is a small little state. It's on the coast, on the eastern coast of the United States. It is also famous for its cute little towns, its coastal towns and beaches, obviously. South Carolina. South Carolina is known for Charleston. It's a quaint, cute little city. Just kind of different architecture, different feel when you go there. A lot of people like to move to South Carolina for beaches also. Myrtle Beach for spring break. A lot of college students go there. South Dakota. South Dakota is where you will find Mount Rushmore, which is that big mountain with the faces carved into it. If you're not sure what it is, you should look it up. It's pretty cool. Tennessee. My grandparents moved from New York to Tennessee to retire. It's that long state, and Nashville is on one side, and then we have the Great Smoky Mountains on the other. It's a pretty long state, but each side of Tennessee is very different. So you have to figure out what you want to go for before you go there. Texas. It's big everything, big on barbecue, country, like country music, and it has a lot of different vibes depending on where in Texas you go. Southern Texas versus northern Texas. So Dallas versus maybe Houston or Austin, or even South Padre Island, right at the very bottom. Utah is known for its national parks, so lots of greenery there, places to hike if you want to. The next state is Vermont. Vermont is known for its maple syrup that comes from the maple trees. It's very pretty there in the fall as well, because it's up in the northeastern United States. Virginia is a pretty big state. It's known for colonial history. That is when the United States was just 13 colonies. And Virginia was one of those colonies, so it has a lot of colonial history there. Washington. Now there's Washington, D.C. over in the eastern part of the United States, and then Washington State, which is all the way up in the northwest part of the United States. Seattle is one of the famous cities of Washington, and it's known for a lot of rain. I don't know, I think Syracuse, where I'm from, could maybe compete with that. All right, the next state is West Virginia. The Appalachian Mountains are there. The Appalachian Mountains are in West Virginia. It's a pretty small state. We used to drive through it coming from New York all the way to Tennessee. Wisconsin, everyone knows Wisconsin for its cheese, but it also has some pretty big research universities there, so some university life. And last but not least, Wyoming. So that is known for Yellowstone National Park. If you like national parks, if you like nature, animals, that might be somewhere to put on your bucket list. So tell me, which state would you most like to visit, or what do you want to know more about? I've been to a lot of these states, but not as many as I would like. So let me know, where would you like to go if you had a chance to choose any one of those states? Tell me in the comments, and I'll see you next time.